Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
May I know which group is presenting today and who is the presenter?
It's group 6 presenting today.
So who is the presenter for group 6?
I'm the presenter, Doctor.
Is that Isaac?
Yes, please.
Group 6 and Group 5, Doctor, shall also present after Group 6.
Okay, so group 5, you are free to start.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, all of you. My name is Isaac Wanjala, and I'm the leader of Group 6. So our presentation is a back-to-school hub, and basically, this is a mobile and a web application for school preparation. We are calling it a mobile because you can access this app on your phones, and we're calling it also web because you can still browse it through a website and you get all you need for school preparation. So basically, this is one digital platform where you are able to get back to school products, then also get the information, and you get services, and most of these products are being delivered to your home straight. So those are our group members, and so the problem that we are solving is, let me first remove this. The problem that we are solving is we've realized that school preparation in Uganda is very costly, time-wasting, and very inefficient. In that way, there is limited access to scholastic materials. Let me say, for example, if someone is going back to school, they have to look for books, then they go to another shop that sells brooms, then they go to another shop. So we don't have one center where we have all these scholastic items where someone is supposed to struggle looking for them. And, oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Hello, Isaac.
Okay.
Yes, we are with you,
Then
sir.
there is also a lot of time wastage. For example, let's say if someone has to go to, you have to leave work, go to Chikubo, look for this, look for that. In that way, you're wasting a lot of time. And then it's very costly in a ways of transportation, because you have to move from one place to another. So you're incurring in transportation costs. And then at the end of it, let's say if you decide to sell me buy around home and not incur in the transportation costs, that means their prices will be high because these retailers will want higher profits. So of course they will have to hike the prices. And there is a lot of information gaps basically on products and schools. It is very hard for you to know what costs are for these books. Let's say, because for us, what our app is doing, we are giving you a variety of costs. For example, this is the cost of a budget book. This is the cost of Pickfair book. This is the cost of this book. So you are able to know all the different prices. Then we are also giving information about schools. For example, our app will have the prices of different schools. So if you come to our app, so that one, we are making it more of a marketing tool in a way that someone is able to go and see, oh, this is how Wudo pays, this is how Makerere pays, this is how Wutamu pays, that different information. Then also we've realized that there is a lot of manual process, that's say in procurement for schools. Therefore, our thing is digital. And the gap we are trying to clear is currently there is no single platform that integrates information, products, and services in one place. So what solution are we coming with? We are coming with a solution which is online shopping. As I told you, our app, you will be able to shop online. For example, you can just go and tap in and get books, get uniforms, get shoes, get stationery, anything else, you can just find it on this one app. Then also on that same app, you are able to get the school information. You know, you will be able to know the fee structure of Wudo. You'll be able to know the fee structure of Chitende, then the admission requirements, and where these schools are located. Because most of us here, if they ask you, where is, let's say, Nabingo located, you might not know. So this school will be having all those locations.
Can you go to the next slide?
The next slide, okay. So our market potential, we're realizing that in Uganda, there are 13 plus learners and creating a big market, as you can see all here, and the mobile users are very many. So in that way, our market is very wide, but our target market is specifically within Kampala because we have realized that it's the largest concentration of suppliers. And in that way, we are targeting the parents, we are targeting the students who are the end users, we are targeting schools, and also different suppliers. So those are our manufacturers, because we have realized in Uganda, there are many manufacturers around. And around Kampala, there are many mobile users. Then our first year target, we are looking at launching it. Then at least in that year, we have about 10K users, and we are expecting to generate 145 million as revenue. Our growth projection, we hope that within the second year, we shall strengthen this product, and by third year, we will be able to start expanding it to different places in around the country slowly by slowly, because our vision is to have the whole of Uganda, and with time, we can hit East Africa. So our products and services, we have school products, those are books, uniforms, any scholastic materials. We are doing delivery. We bring the products door to door. Then we are doing...
You already told us this one, so can you move forward?
Okay. Okay, so the competitive advantage, why are we better? We are realizing that this traditional shop, there are many, for you to get something, you have to go to many shops. but for us, we are giving you one app. Then delivery, you have to get it yourself, but for us, we are having home delivery. Then information is on all one place. The pricing, for us, we are doing direct sourcing, so it means our prices are a bit lower and it's convenient, and the process is digital, and you can track whatever you brought. It's almost the same thing here that because we compared with other shopping apps, Gigi, Jumia, and still we realize that for us, our product, we are focused, specialized, and integrated on one thing compared to other apps that are available. So our marketing strategy, we are looking at how we can attract our customers, how we can engage with the customers, and how can we retain these customers. And in the end, we will be able to grow because we want to build trust, loyalty,
Okay,
so
move
that
forward.
we can.
Move forward.
Pardon?
You can move forward. Move forward.
Okay, that's our structure. Then that's our operational plan, that someone can use our platform to order. And when they order, we go to our suppliers, we receive the order, we verify the order, then we deliver it to our customers. And of course, they will be satisfied. So our financial plan, we are looking at getting a fund of 50 million. And we are going to, as you can see here, most of the money is going to app development, marketing, operation, staffing, and all that. And our streams, revenue streams, we are hoping, one, we are going to get from sales commissions, because of course we will attach some profit from the things we are selling. Then even delivery charges, we'll be charging some charges from delivery. Then advertising, because with time, we want this school, that a school can come and advertise on our platform. So in that way, we are getting money from them. Then also procurement services, like let's say a school wants to do procurement with us, of course, we get money from them. And then premium subscription, everyone who downloads this app, we are getting a fee on our side. So those are the revenue streams. So our projection, as you can see it, we are hoping that in the first year, at least we will be able to get 40 million. And yeah, our expenses for 50 million, there is a loss. But you realize as we are growing, the thing is very profitable and we are able to get some profits out of it. Then we did, this is a 3-year financial projection, and you can see that our revenues are really increasing because there is a lot of adoption of this thing, and then the transactions are increasing, and we believe that within 3 years at least we will be good to go, and our profits will be at least about 200 million, since we would have expanded in other regions. So our return on investment, we projected it that by the end of the 3 years, at least we will be 420%, which is good one. And also we thought about some risks and mitigation, but we have also how we can, for example, low customer adoption. So that one we will do a lot of marketing and school partnerships. Then supplier issues, we are going to verify them. The delivery challenges, we are going to be reliable. We're going to get, like, we can get like a partner, let me say like SafeBorder to help us do that. Then with technological failures, we are going to be doing a lot of maintenance and cybersecurity. Then financial pressure, we are going to try so much to control the budget. Then competition, that one is already worked on, because for us, we are specifically dealing with education. So the competitive advantage, still the same thing as you can see it. I've been explaining above. So this is our work plan, how we will be doing our different things like that. Then we also have a 5-year strategic plan. As you can see it, in the first year, we are launching it. The second year, we are strengthening it. Then in the third year, we are expanding it. Then in the 4th year, we want to go national-wide. And at least with the 5th year, we would have known everything. Maybe we can start trying the different countries in East Africa. So in conclusion, this is an app that is coming to solve the problems of families, not spending a lot of time searching for things, going here and there. You just sit in your office, order whatever you want, and it's brought to any place where you want that different stuff to be brought to you. And in that way, we are making something simpler, faster, and very affordable to all Ugandans. And therefore, we pray that please come and join us on this big dream. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, thank you very much, Isaac. You skipped the slide of the management team. Can you go back and tell us more about the management team?
So that's our structure. We have in the board of director, then the CEO. Then in that way, we have the operations, IT, marketing, finance, and then the customer and partnership representative.
Okay. Are your group members present here? Can they tell us more about this management structure? Because what you are telling us seems not to be good enough. Hello, members of this group, are you there? Okay, seems members of the group are not ready to say something about the
Doctor, they are
management.
there. Brian is on.
Okay, please go ahead and tell us.
But get back to the structure. Okay, so we have the board of directors that will be doing the entire external oversight. Okay, that will be reported to by the chief, the CEO. That will be Isaac, who will have a strategic leadership direction to the entire team or managing us down here. And in terms of the day-to-day operations, you will look at there that Brian is going to ensure that right from the ordering to delivery, everything is done, and that is going to be managed by the operations officer. And then now, when you go to the IT person, that is Noah, who will be in charge of ensuring that the app is up and running day and night, in that in case of any fault or any technical glitch.
Okay. Isaac, this is the Brian, thank you very much. I thought you would be able to tell us something different, but you're only giving the details, but it is not different. And that may not be what we want to hear as investors. But the first thing is, are you presenting this one to investors? Or you are just telling us about your plan?
We are presenting it to investors.
Okay, so what do you expect from investors, and what do the investors expect from you?
So we expect.
Is this one Isaac responding?
Yes, it's Isaac.
Where are the other members of this group?
Okay.
Do you still need me to come back to respond? Oh.
You can go on, Brian.
And so our task is to give out the ideas that we've come up with, which is a digital platform, in as far as providing educational services are concerned. And in that, as the founding members, we have contributions that we are going to make, that we're coming up with in terms of capital. And then from our investors, we also are selling out these ideas such that they put in investment in terms of capital, okay, such that we are able to run the business. And then at the end of the day, we look at in terms of profits, then we'll be giving back return on investment to the investors, looking at how much they've also put in or invested into our business. So really it is an idea that is now coming up from us as a team, and then we look forward to having the investors to give us the funding as well.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. You don't seem to be convincing me that you are actually presenting to investors and you want investors to support you, because you are not very clear. And when you're presenting to investors, you have to be very, very clear. Let's go to your financial projections. And the question I have about your financial projections is that go back to that bar chart. Is it a bar chart? From year one, we can understand that this is starting. Then year two, you slightly go up. Then in year three is when things begin working seriously. So why do we see a problem in year two, and then all of a sudden we see a very high jump? Is that normal in business? Somebody who hasn't yet responded can respond now, because I saw you have 8 members, and I remember saying that the maximum should be 7. I don't know how the 8th or got attached to you. Yeah, but let's hear from any other member apart from Brian and Isaac. Why a very big change in the third year? Members of group, is it 5? Members of group 6. Are we together, or you have got lost? Okay, maybe let's hear other questions. Members, can you now pose your questions to this group? Please make sure that you take note of the questions. And like I said, let the questions be answered by the different group members, not by one individual. So who is ready to ask the questions? Yes, Duku Isaac, proceed.
Thank you so much, Doctor, and thank you, Group 5, for having presented your business speech. And I must appreciate the design of the presentation. It's so attractive, and the colors, the matchings, the boxes, and so on is okay. I think on the visuals, it's a credit. However, one concern that I really need to seek clarification from the group is, first of all, when they sought us about the problem analysis, and in the presentation it's saying that the app and the web or the business will put access to scholastic materials. But presently, actually, when you move around the markets, you see that all the scholastic materials are everywhere and they're accessible. Two, it talked about giving information on school fees and the other information about the universities. But of course, we know with technology currently, when you search about Otamo, you'll get what Otamo requires of a student, how much is paid per semester, and so on, including even registration. So there, I don't see any uniqueness that is actually coming out to convince me or to convince us that the business has really been well researched. And two, when we talk about the business giving the supplies in a lower cost, I needed to be convinced further, because the same business has put that they will be getting their revenue streams from commissions and the delivery costs, which actually to me, it is adding more cost into these supplies. How convinced am I going to be explained that the same products that are added commission and delivery cost are going to be cheaper to when I just go by myself to any other shop that does not have commission and the transport cost. That is one contradicting aspect actually when I looked at from the presentation. And then on the return on the investment, actually, I look it so surprising, and it appears almost like just an illusion by saying by year 3 it's going to be making a profit of by 420%. Honestly, it is not practical. Business is what some of us have tried, and you see it that it is hard to actually get a 50% profit, not even in your first year, by the way, when you're not serious, because there are a lot of things. And here, coupled with the management structure that has a number of staff, and you're going to get that kind of huge profit, it becomes a bit like a wonder. As an investor, I say it like, no, it is not practical unless someone tells me with the clear evidence and the statistics. Then the fourth part is what actually Dr. Yop mentioned. Here from the presentation, it has not actually come clearly to me. I really wanted to hear, as an investor, hearing this presentation, who are the people actually targeted as investors to partner with? What should be their contributions? And what will be their share out of the business? It did not come actually so clear that at the end of the presentation, I found myself, wow, maybe I'm just hearing a presentation that does not really concern me as an investor. Otherwise, group 5, I will really want maybe some more clarifications on this so that as investors, yes, I can be part of the business if everything comes clear to my worries. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Duku Isaac. Another hand here is from Robert.
Thank you so much, Doctor. And thank you, Group 6, for the nice presentation and a good business. Thank you so much, Isaac. It is an interesting business that someone would want to pick interest in. I have only one question about the financial breakdown, how you have broken down how you're going to use the 50 million. If you could scroll down to that slide. If you are going to, okay, there. If you are going to, I don't know how you're going to do it. If you are going to be going to the wholesalers and pick the goods from them, then you deliver them to people who want to go to school, students. I think we need to have, or if you are buying these things, then you stock and you supply. In this case, you have become a retailer. You are buying from the wholesaler, then you are selling to school-going people. So I would wish to see how much we are going to invest in stocking these scholastic materials we are going to get from wholesalers, because I also believe that around about 70% of the scholastic materials we are using here are imported products, are not manufactured in this country. And the people that are dealing in them are actually wholesalers who are importing these things, then they sell to retailers who are again selling to the people going to school. So the market, we needed to see the information about what is happening right now in the market, who is sourcing these goods, who is selling now, because we may end up being the competitors of the people that we hope to get the scholastic materials from. Yet we are saying that we want to reduce this problem of retailers overcharging people, but we may end up also becoming retailers, going to these people, get the scholastic materials, and we sell them to what? To the people. So I think we need to have a share if we are going to stock scholastic materials, we need to have a capital share that we are going to have, like maybe 15 million that we know that we are going to stock, and we be delivering those raw materials. Otherwise, thank you for the nice presentation.
All right, thank you very much for that input, Robert. Let's now hear from Joseph.
Thank you so much. Doctor. And colleagues, good morning. I have only 3 comments. The first comment is if you can move where the slide is to the next slide on the financial projections. In year 1, you see that the expenses are very low. Normal assumption will be that in the first year, because you are putting so many things together, it will be you would have much more expenses. But you see, you can see that in year 1, there are small expenses. So perhaps you might want to look at that again. Number 2 is about the problem. You talked about it, but there was no statistics to show us what the problem is. We need to see what is that problem in terms of actual statistics, and what is that space, that area that you want to occupy. So to me, it didn't come out very well. How I wish you would put statistics on the problem to flesh it out there. Then, of course, the other aspect is around the team composition. I would have loved to see more layers below the, you see, is it the operations person? We need to have really many layers, because that is where the rubber hits the tarmac. How are you going to make sure that those orders reach the various clients? So it is just top heavy. We need to see more, because this is where you need to show how the company is going to run. So we need to see a lot of layers below the operations person. Thank you. I submit.
All right. Thank you very much, Joseph. Lastly, we can hear from Alfred. Alfred, please, you can unmute and give your submission. Alfred, you are muted. We're not hearing you.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Doctor. And good morning, class. Yeah, I just would like to appreciate the team for coming up with this business pitch that is very much into profit making. Yeah, but nevertheless, I only have some few areas, especially on the area of the management. Yeah, I was not able to see whether the team that constituting the management have experiences within this field, or they're starting for the first time, because this will give prospects of advancements as the business is going to start and is going to prosper. The second thing, I also looked into the contributions of the team members. What contribution do they have that will allow the business community to add, so that they'll be able to advance to be like part of collateral security, part of their ability in moving the business. And then also looking into some of the assets. Do they like have some assets, so that assets like land or offices, so that they may not incur a lot within renting and other costs. These are a few areas that I would like them to clarify, and I submit. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Alfred. Isaac and your team. Yeah, thank you very much for the effort you have put in this preparation, especially the way you prepared your slides was very good. Now let's go to the market potential. We talked about the market potential, and that was a very good thing that you did. Market potential. Okay. So in your market potential, you are talking about primary learners, you are talking about secondary learners, schools, mobile users, education institutions. Okay, all these you talked about them. But these are broad, and it does not tell us whether these are actually going to be using your service. The reason why I'm bringing this one out is that at times we may measure the wrong thing, or you may be looking at the wrong market. For you are believing that all these are your potential customers, but then you are not actually telling us how many of these are likely to be in the category of people you want to focus on. Maybe you may remember when we talked about the window of opportunity, that before you measure the window, you have to spot the window. Maybe go to the next slide when you talked about the target. That is when you actually talked about the real market. So the real market, first of all, are the mobile users. So if you were talking about the increase in the number of mobile users in the different institutions, that would be a better way. So basically, what I'm communicating to you is that the first slide wasn't necessary or did not speak to what you want to speak to talk about. Your real customers are not all the learners in primary school. Your real customers are not all the learners in secondary school or even in universities. There is a category of your learners, of your customers, that you should be telling us. In other words, you should be very specific by bringing out the real potential customers. Okay, having said that, I want us to give you some few minutes to respond to a few questions, and then we move to the next presenter.
Members, unmute and answer.
It seems group 6 do not have.
We could take some and then we support you on some.
What are you saying?
Take on some questions and then I will add on others. Thank you.
Okay. Pascal, you on?
Yes, I'm on. Good morning, team. Sorry, I joined a little bit late due to other emergencies I could not avoid. Let me answer the question from, I can't remember. Someone asked about how will this hub operate differently, and yet there are so many stationery shops everywhere in Uganda, and people prefer walking to nearby shops. Like if you look at our target group, the people we are targeting, the customers, we are not looking at just ordinary people. We are looking at some middle class income people who are busy in offices, who really don't have a lot of time to move in Chikubu to look for the stationaries. So what we are going to do is to really be specific in what we are stocking. We shall not stock so many items that will tie up our capital. We shall stock specific items looking at the orders placed by our customers. Instead of stocking everything, we shall only go for the specific items. Then also the mode of the delivery or how we're going to operate this business is very, very unique. It is basically online, okay? It is online. So people do not, most people who are busy don't feel very convenient. They even don't have time to walk to a shop just to buy 5 items. So that's why we came up with this business to answer such, maybe to respond to such people, like delivering to up to their homes where they are. You know, this will also save a lot of transport cost, and we shall just put a little, very little fee, like 2K to 5K for delivery of the items up to their doorsteps. Then also about our stock, we are going to get from the manufacturers. So we shall a little bit subsidize on the prices for each item, and that's how we had to project the profits that you saw from year 1 up to year 3, because we're getting directly from the manufacturers. Yeah. That's what I wanted to answer.
Mosala, you can unmute and go on. Oh, Ex-Lesa, you can go on. Brian, you can go on.
Good morning, class.
Oh, okay. Good morning.
Yes, maybe what I can drop on what Pascal was saying, how we can operate differently. We plan to sell our products in packages. For example, we can we plan to make a combination of our sales. For example, we plan like to sell, you can say maybe a dozen of books. Okay, we combine a dozen of books, a dozen of pens, and we sell them at a bit low price to attract more clients. So that is another point we can add on to that. Yeah. And there is also some person who was asking why our expenses are low at the start. I think at the start we are not very big. So as the company goes on, we plan to expand. That's why the expenses are also increasing. Yes, that's what I wanted to add up.
Okay, thank you so much, Excelsa. There was something on the management team and the operations. Yeah, we take note of that. Only that due to space, we couldn't include so many, but we will have at least a whole administrative team and logistical team that will be helping us work with the other members to do the day-to-day operational running. And then there was something to do with the return on investment that looks to be unrealistic. We take note of that and we'll work on it accordingly. What else? I think Isaac, if there is something we've missed out, then you can add. And then okay, yeah, over to you.
Mosala, do you have anything to say?
Okay, thank you very much, Group 6. By the way, do also have Group 7, or we end at Group 6?
No, we only
have Group 6. And you said the group that
we
is
have
presenting
group 5, and we are 5 again.
Okay, so we'll be presenting on behalf of Group 5.
Yeah, actually, I'll be the one to present, but
I think you can give me sharing rights.
I give the rights to Robert.
Yes,
give
please.
to Godfrey Toko.
Yes.
Godfrey. Okay, so before we listen to this Group 5, I want to emphasize some points here that when you are talking about the management team and you are presenting to investors, it is important that you emphasize their qualifications and experience. So this is what I was trying to make you do, but you did not do it. And you need to think about that this is what you need to be focusing at when you are presenting to investors. They want to know if what you are talking about, you are likely to achieve it, if you have a management team that has what it takes to achieve what you are saying you are going to achieve. Now, regarding the financial projections, like you have noted, you need to pay attention to it again and make sure that you do the right projections, because it shows that there is something that is missing in your data. So you must pay attention to that, because there is no way you can have the first year having very low operating costs, and even the second year. At least if you have no serious business in the first 6 months, then most likely you'll have more business. You'll have more to do in the other 6 months. And in the second year, you'll be having a lot of things to be done. So you cannot have low operating costs and low incomes. And then all of a sudden in the third year, everything goes up. So there must have been an error in your projections and in your data. Okay, let's go to Group 5 and hear what they have to tell us.
I just want to confirm if it's visible.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Go ahead, Dominic.
Yes, it's okay. Thank you very much, Doctor and colleagues. My name is Dominic, and I will be the one to present. This is a presentation for Group 5. And
Our business name is Gudele B Solar Water Service Limited. This is an investment that is investable, climate resilient water infrastructure, venture closing a 73 access gap for the residents of Juba City. So in a nutshell, this investment aims at serving a population of 20,000, basically in Gudele B. This is the population that this business will actually serve directly, and our daily production capacity will be 180,000 liters, and our total capital required will be 220K, that is in USD. Then our year 3 net profit will be 208. Then market context of Juba. Juba has a total population of 1.5 million, and this city actually grows very fast, and of course the population growth is 3 to 5% per year. So access crisis, water access crisis, we have 73% of the total population have inadequate access to clean water. So the only access that we have is 27%, as you can see. So which is actually representing 400,000 people that is able to actually access clean water. So Juba has a very obsolete infrastructure that was built in 1937. Can we go ahead? So specifically in Gudele B, this is where, of course, our focus is. Gudele B has a total population of 20,000 residents, 3,300 households, and the daily demand of water is 500,000 liters per day. And the average price of water, that is 20-liter jerrycan, is 0.26 USD. So Gudele does not have actually a functioning pipe water infrastructure of its own. So this is actually a new business idea, and the community there really depend on private water vendors and tanker trucks for daily supply. And of course, the price is very high, and especially during peak time, there is a shortage of water, and there is a serious health risk. Also coupled with rapid due to inward population migration into Juba because of the conflict around Juba County. So this context actually provides excellent solar potential because of its actually looks really fit for this business. Can we go ahead? So our demand and opportunity, as you can see from our graph, our demand is of course 500,000 liters per day. Then the current gap is, the current supply by tankers, tanker trucks is 350,000. So meaning unmet demand is 150,000 liters per day. So this is actually what we are trying to fill as a gap. So when you look at our projected market share, which is actually highlighted yellow on your right-hand side, is 36%. And this is driven by strong unmet demand, available credit services, and population growth of 3 to 5% annually. So meaning we really have a demand and an opportunity. So our solution here, basically what we are going to do, we are going to establish solar power deep borehole with a capacity, with a tank capacity of 180,000 liters per day, which is actually more than the current gap, which is 150,000 liters. That is the unmet demand. So meaning we have additional 20% that we are going to provide. Then we shall actually establish 6 community water kiosks where 550 households will be able to benefit. Then we will also supply institutions, with bulk supply. Institutions such as schools, clinics, NGOs, businesses, and also government. So we'll be using what we call digital monitoring system that will be smart metering of production, storage, and sales, so that everything will be tracked. Then we'll actually have treatment and quality monitoring right from the production, site, where there's going to be filtration, chlorination, where we're going to use, of course, World Health Organization standard testing. So we'll, of course, have 20% supply. That is the additional, capacity that we're going to provide, and this will cater for the population growth, the increasing demand. Our business model, our diversified revenue stream, where are we going to get our revenue? We'll get 66% from community kiosks, money generated from the sale of water at kiosk points. 17% from the supplies we do in institutions. Then 12% from bulk water sales that we'll do. Then 5% from household and future expansions that we're going to do. However, we'll try to be very unique here because at community level, at community water kiosks, what we are going to do is we shall sell our water at 0.25 per 20-liter jerrycan, which is less than the tankers, the water sold by the tankers. Then for institutions, of course, this is a bulk supply also. We will sell at 0.2 USD because of this is volume discount. Then we also have this bulk water sales for construction companies, businesses, vendors, tankers. So we'll be selling at 0.18 per 20 liter equivalent. Then also we'll have future household connections in the residentials, where they will be paying a monthly fee. Of course, it will be based on the meter usage. Then, of course, we'll also be very innovative by having water ATM at smart kiosks. That is smart kiosks, where they'll be using ATM to draw, water. So there we are going to sell it from 0.22 to 0.25 per 20 liter. Then our operation, that's our organizational structure, how this business will be managed. We will have board of directors who will be the overseer of the entire business. Then we'll have operation manager who will be in charge of the operation. We'll have, of course, engineer, water system, finance officer, sales and customer officer, water quality technician, security supervisor. I will also have solar technician, maintenance, support, kiosk attendants. You can see the numbers there. Then security guards. Can we go ahead? Yes, so our organizational, our finance, our annual operating cost, total annual operating cost will be 89,000. You can see the components. This operating cost will support staff salaries, which is 49%, operations and logistics, 31%, maintenance
Hello,
and
Dominic.
repairs.
Hello.
Water quality, which is 7%.
Hello, Dominic.
Yes, please.
Dominic.
Yes, doctor. Yes.
You are falling in the same category like the first group that presented today, Group 6. You are presenting the entire pitch alone, and yet you are a group of. Are you 7 in your group?
Yeah. No, we are not 7. We are.
You're how many?
We are 6, doctor.
Yes, so I'm saying that why should you be the one to present the entire business speech when there are more members? Why didn't you divide it at least into 2 and let the other person also present a part?
Okay, it's okay. Thank you very much for your guidance. So it's okay. Our colleagues are there, so they can actually chip in. So please, Joseph, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. And thank you so much, Dominic, for walking us through this. And Doctor, I will pick it up from here. So our operating expenses, as Dominic had walked us through, is salaries, which will take up 44,000, representing 49%. Operations and logistics, which will take up 27,000, representing 31%. And then maintenance and repairs, 12,000, representing 13%. And last but not least, water quality monitoring. So those annual operating costs will translate into $89,000 US. Next. In terms of investment requirements, you remember on the first slide, we had talked about the amount of investment we need to start this business. And here you can see that pie chart brings it out very well. In terms of the solar power system, the initial procurement of the system will take up 25%. And then distribution network and installation, it will take up 18%, translating into $40,000 US. And then drilling the deep borehole and the development that comes with that will take up 35,000, translating into 16%. And then the water storage infrastructure, as you saw in the business model, will take up 25,000, representing 11%. And then the community water kiosks will take up 25,000, representing again 11%. And there's a component of water treatment and the quality monitoring, which is very key. Dominic had spoken about water being continuously monitored to meet WHO standards. That will take up 20%, representing 9%. And last but not least, in terms of contingency and the project management, we will take up 20,000, representing 10%. So that all together forms the investment required. This is what we are pitching to investors to provide us with, and the total investment required is $220,000 US. Next. In terms of projections, very critical. In the first year, the financial projection is $225,000 US, which will increase to 263,500 in year 2, and then in year 3, 8,250. So that is the financial projection for the first 3 years. Next. This slide talks about the impact, which is transforming water access for 20,000 people in Gudele B in South Sudan. Of course, we had looked at this. We will leave 150,000 liters per day, closing the supply gap.
Can move forward, please.
Can move forward because most of this we saw in the opening. Then why this opportunity? This opportunity is climate resilient and sustainable.
Move forward.
Move forward, okay. We talk about innovations. There are 5 innovations around this. Is solar powered 100%, and also real-time digital monitoring that every liter produced, stored, and sold is tracked. It will be in 6 community. We shall have 6 community water kiosks. This is where water will be delivered and then to be accessed by the 20,000 residents. And then we talked about the 5 diversified income streams. I will not repeat that because Dominic talked about it very eloquently, but also sustainable community ownership model. Next. The exit strategy, Doctor, I think this is very important. In the first step there is the recovery of the investment of 220,000 within the first year, and then the investors continue earning profits in year 2 and year 3. Then the step 2 is transfer of ownership. The management team gradually takes over ownership, and then is a community water trust is created to help manage and protect the project. And then the step 3, which is expand and exit. The business expands to other areas of Juba, and then investors can sell their shares to new investors or partner organizations and exit the business. In our last slide, next, is on basically trying to summarize this high impact, scalable, and financially sustainable investment model. Of course, we talked about the 220,000 which is required, and then we also show on this slide the financial projections for year 1 and then year 3, and then also talk about the lives that will be directly impacted, which is 20,000. So, Doctor and colleagues, this is from Group 6, and we present to you. Thank you, and over to you.
I think correction, Group 5.
Yeah, this is Group 5.
Thank you very much, Group 5. This is also some good work. There are people who have several questions, but I put my question on the graph that shows profitability.
Is it this one, Doctor?
Okay. Do you have another graph that shows the expenses?
Expenses.
Yes, it is there.
Operating costs. That shows operating costs. Where is that one?
I think the next one.
Yep.
Not that one. There's another one. Move slowly. That one. You passed it.
The one we passed, this one?
Yes.
Oh, this is the investment plan. It's not the operating costs. So go to the one of annual operating costs.
Operating costs are here.
Okay, so you have a graph showing operating costs, and then you have another graph showing a profitability. I think that is not correct. They are supposed to be compared. There is a need for comparison. So when you show them separately, you are actually confusing the one observing. So the profit against what? So there is a problem on this one. You should have combined the graph and made a comparison of the two. Okay, let me allow other members also to give their comments. Yes, Duke Isaac, continue.
Yes, Doctor, I have a similar observation that maybe by finance or mathematics, I needed to get how fast this business is able actually to make this huge profit. In year one, all their operational cost is only 89,000, and the same year one, they are able to make a profit of 225,000 US dollar. You see, a marginal gain of net profit of over 136,000, which sounds so unrealistic. And that's why actually you emphasized that it would be better if they compare expenses against revenue or income so that it becomes more practical. So maybe that is actually one of the questions. How possible is it that you get in year one over 100% of what you've invested? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Another hand which is up here is the one from Alfred. Alfred, proceed.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor, for the chance. Yeah, good morning, class. Yeah, I would like to appreciate the group for coming up with this business plan. Yeah, however, I only have some few areas that I would like to be clarified on. Yeah, first of all, I'm also a resident of Gudele, but we don't have Gudele B in Juba. But my TB, it's a suggestion for Gudele 2 because it is in figure, not in letter. Yeah. When you ask someone in Gudele, they say Gudele B, and then they will be doubting where the Gudele B is. Secondly, on the area of the salary, I'm seeing the salary is much more higher than to the supply because it is indicating 49%, and that's a lot of money that goes to the management or to the executives. That figure is too high. This means much more money will be going for salaries. Yeah, because I think in making solar powered water, of course there will be some drilling, and the cost of the drilling will be very high. Yeah, I don't see it in the breakdown. Yeah, also looking into the scope of the area. Yeah, the scope is not all that appropriate to the number estimated, and especially the institutions that are looked into, especially on the area of Gudeli. Yeah, the other things on the area of the management, I think doctor was able to leak to you how it will look like, especially on the management who will be executing this thing should have an experience in water management or in drillings, yeah, or in supply. And then also will have either attained some qualifications, especially in educations, yeah, so that people will be confident on them that surely their money will not go into loss. Yeah, well, and then I was not able also to see the contributions from the management, from the team. What do they contribute so that the business community can be able to see in, yeah, to see that they are determined, and then they're able to move ahead in the business. Yeah, I think these are a few areas that I would like to have either clarifications on, and I submit. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that observation. So group 5, you can now respond to those observations, but maybe before you respond, let's hear from Peter. Peter, you can give your observation, then group 5 responds.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. And I first want to appreciate the two groups for the well-prepared slides. I'm also a resident of Gudele, but on a regular basis. It is really a very good business if it comes to life. I am aware of the water crisis in Juba generally, not only that location. Juba is the main business hub for the whole country, and it is also the main hub where most of the humanitarian organizations and the UN agencies have their main coordination offices. And most of the operations are actually concentrated within Juba before they go to other parts of the country. There was a project which is actually about water supply for the city, and was being implemented by JICA in partnership with the government. And the whole scope was the whole city. And for people who come from South Sudan and people who stay in Juba, we know about that project and we know why it stayed. UN agencies and organizations are also into the implementation of water supply projects within the city. I, for once, I supervised a project which was to actually implement a water network to most of these areas, including Gudele. But at some point it failed because of the high investment cost. And I'm also thinking it is the same issue why the project that was being implemented by the government in partnership with JICA was stopped. One main reason that I remember is because of the insecurity in the country. Apparently or currently, the insecurity may not be a big factor. At least there's some relevant peace. But the issue is the high investment cost plus the other partners that are implementing a similar business. Years back, solar business was low, but currently, as we talk, we have a good number of Indian companies, and we know Indian companies. We know India normally when it comes to quality, and we know them when it comes to works that are related to water. And quite a very good number currently in Juba involved in water supply projects. So I'm saying that there will be a big problem, but I want to hear from the group members how they want to implement this project, having said that it will require high investment. And I've already given a background of projects that have stalled within the same location. So I just really want to hear from them if they're really bigger than the government, okay? And if they are really bigger than other investors in the country, because we have like embassies, there's UN embassy, there is US embassy, we have the Japanese embassy, we have mentioned all of them that are there, but they were supporting the same project and it failed. So I want the group to give us that competitive advantage that they think they have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for giving us that important information. I wanted to encourage members here, especially Ugandans, that you should work with the South Sudanese who are here and see that you come up with a joint venture to be able to do some of these activities that they are talking about. But now it seems the risk for this particular one is likely to be high. And even the people who presented it did not convince us. But there are many other proposals that came from other members from South Sudan. You need to look into them, into those project proposals, into those business plans, and see which one you can work together and implement. Otherwise, let's hear from them before we can proceed.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you very much. I think I respond to some, and my colleague will also respond to some. I want to first of all appreciate our for the presentation, the work, and my colleagues for actually raising some concerns, questions, some clarification. So concerning this business in Gudele, we do not want to advantages our structure. Our structure will be actually very strong, and will be able to beat some of these challenges in management. One thing I would like you to understand is that yes, there are so many partners that supported water projects in Juba. However, they were actually supporting this through the government, and we all understand how the system works. The deficiency within the system, was the cause why some of these projects did not actually materialize. So for our case, remember this is a business. It's an investment, which is not a social enterprise. So it is quite different from what the UN agencies used to support, because theirs was social enterprises, not this private business. So you find the management becomes very difficult, because the government also ask the partners to give them the money so that they implement. So the problem comes when the management becomes weak. So that's why most of those businesses were actually failing, but ours is quite different. And as we have seen in our innovation, this is a solar powered deep borehole, which will provide enough water. And mind you, those who are not here in Juba solemnly depends on the tankers. These are people who supply water using tanks. Once the supply stops, for example, due to maybe strikes, because dollar rate increases, fuel price goes up, and all this, you find people of Gudele and also other parts of Juba will always suffer from water shortage. It's a very serious issue. So the fact that we are going to have solar powered deep borehole, we're going to have a great opportunity. So this is what I just want to clear. I just want to clear this doubt from people, including Akwak, who is actually based in Gudele. You know the situation very well. So Gudele B, may not necessarily exist, but of course, this is our business name. And when you go to the GPS, of course, you'll find Gudele B. Though currently, of course, we call Gudele 2, Gudele 1, so it is there. So the expenses plus profit, we are going to actually work on that. We are going to put the graph together so that we're able to compare our expenses plus the profit that we are going to attain. But there is a possibility, because of market potential in Juba, that we are able to get 100%. Because there is high demand. Why not? And our capacity is good. Our capacity of production is extremely good. And there is market. We have 1,000, we have a gap for 150,000 liters of water, which will be filling up the gap. So there is a possibility that we will earn 100% profit. So that's what I just want to tell you. Water is marketable here in Juba than any other thing, because it is life. So maybe let me give this opportunity to my to my colleagues to also come in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dominic, and thank you, Doctor. Thank you, group members, for the contribution. I want to answer. There's someone who was wondering why the profit is too high. Actually, it can surprise you, but it's true. Remember, we are selling a renewable resource. We are using sunshine, which is very much available in Juba, and free water that we are drilling from underground. So the main thing we are putting in after setting up everything is just maintenance and running the business. So, as Dominica said, it is possible to get 100% because you are selling something that you are not buying. It is not, you are using sunshine, you are not buying sunshine. You are using water that you are not buying. So you are just maintaining and running the business. So that is why you are seeing that there is high profits in this business. And actually, I call upon you to come and join and we invest in it. Thank you.
Yes, maybe Tim, Joseph, you are done?
Let me jump in to talk about somebody asked a question about the initial investment being very high. Yes, indeed, the initial investment is high. Also, somebody talked about the fact that there are so many others who have failed. They spoke about money that was extended to government, the Indians, but also the embassies. So I'll talk about all that. So for us, we were working from the premise that the failure of others who have been in that space should not be literally taken to mean that no other initiative can succeed. Where the embassies and the Israelis and the Asians have failed, for us, our model is very clear. Ours is a private investment. Its management is different from those models where money is extended to government and also grants through NGOs, and sometimes there is no sustainability, sometimes there is corruption, sometimes there are management failures. So in terms of how we are going to mobilize the first phase of investment, we in our group discussed and said we are going to reach out to the United Nations Capital Development Fund, what many of you know as UNCDF. This is a flagship Catholic investment entity that is focused on least developed countries to support the private sector. They support the private sector through de-risking. They support the private sector through access to finance. So they work with banks and they risk and say, for this project, we are going to the risk so that the project can be able to access the funds from the banks. So we are going to work with that, and it is private sector. So the team that we propose there is a team that is supposed to make sure that whatever we shall get from the banks, we shall invest it into the capital requirements of the project and to be able to run the project. My colleagues say that in Juba, water is a business that everybody in Juba every day buys water. So we are sure that we shall be making money. It's not something that is not researched. Research shows that the demand is there, and we want to occupy that space where we can be able to provide that service. I submit.
Thank you, members, for responding. Maybe I just add on a few if we have missed some. I think these other ones are to be noted. Management should be qualified and expertised. Yes, we took note of that. I think in our presentation we made a word about the expertise of the team, the management, and this should be quantified further in the business plan. So much salaries, yes. You see, the salary is only 20% of the entire investment cost for that year, which I think is much more accommodative, can be taken on. And this salary goes to the highly skilled expertise that you need in maintaining that business. You need engineers, you need engineers in solar, engineers in water, engineers in civil. So they are real people who are qualified, who must manage, and there is a scenario that if you want to curb corruption, let somebody be comfortable. So we are getting in people who are skilled, making them comfortable, paying them a salary that they actually believe can enable them to do their work. They are not moving anywhere else. So that's why we thought of 20% of the investment cost for that year should be going for salaries. Yes, adding my voice to the failure of other projects which are related. We are coming with a 5 business innovation model, and a key for us to note is the business is a community ownership model. We are doing this work together. We believe we'll be able to engage the community. They will participate in the kiosks that we're going to put. They will participate in the monitoring. We're going to train them to be able to assess the quality of the services that we are taking on. So that is part of community engagement. That's part of community participation. And I think most of the other investors that have taken this route have been more of extracting money from the community than actually involving the community. So our idea is that we go and look for the community, participate with them, but at the end, you're actually making money out of them. Which contribution do we make? I think this was either Peter. Yes, we are bringing you knowledge that is so much difficult to obtain. We are giving you information that you may not have access to. So once you have this knowledge and information in your hands, it is easier for you to invest because you will have already had your facts that will direct you to this investment. There was some gentleman who talked about the scope. I didn't get it very clear, but I hope it has been responded to by my colleagues. If there's any other thing we have skipped, maybe the team and doctor, you'll be able to remind us, but I think we have responded to all of them. We thank you for your attention, and we hope to partner with you in this venture. I thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm seeing the hand of Mujisha up. Charles, do you have something you want to ask this group?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Doctor. Not very well, but I have some comment I can make. One is about the extreme profitability being justified. Business is not about exploitative profit. It's also about corporate responsibility. You cannot scoop 100% in the first year on a project which you are implementing for community benefit. That one, I request that it gets reviewed. And the tables of finance and related matters also will be reviewed. When I looked at the investment plan, I didn't see the allocation for buying, for acquiring land where these water sources installations will be made. So I suggest that the investment plan also be reviewed to include all areas of capital investment that are necessary. You need land where you will install these holes. You need infrastructure, boreholes, such that it gets included in the investment plan. Then I think lastly, the first year, the percentage, if I didn't see it badly, was 49 forever for salaries. Can we look at that slide as if it was 49%? Like I mentioned previously, yes, it is 49%. So 49% on the salaries part alone is on a bit on the high side. There may be need to review the reallocations such that it is 30% and below. Lastly is the shareholding of the company. You are presenting to investors who you want to invest in your company. You have not shown the shareholding, how much you, the promoters, intend to put in, how many shares in the company you intend to hold, and how many shares are available for investors to take up. I think these areas, when looked into and perfected, they can improve the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Charles, for that submission. All right, since all the groups have now presented, then we have 3 groups that needs to be evaluated. So I'm going to give you time to go and evaluate those groups. And then when we meet again, that is when we shall discuss these evaluations that you have made. And I understand that next weekend is a weekend for tests. Is that right? Can somebody confirm that next weekend is a weekend for tests?
Yes, Doctor. 25th to 29th.
Come again?
Yes, next week is a week for test.
Mm. But you say you mentioned 29th?
Isn't the week for tests ending on Friday?
No, even the weekend,
Okay.
But somebody mentioned the 29th.
Yeah, yes, on 29th, which is on next Saturday.
Isn't it an error?
It's the day that's where we are supposed to have a test for entrepreneurship development.
Is it 29th or 28th?
It's not. It's supposed to be 28.
Okay.
It's 28 in the calendar.
Oh, 28,
which is
okay.
Sunday, right?
But 28 is Saturday, 29th is
Are you sure about that?
oh, sorry. I
28
recorded
is
it
Sunday.
wrongly.
28 is Sunday.
Okay.
Okay, so we're supposed to be having a test on that day. And which other test do you have on the same day?
No other test. It is only entrepreneurship development.
So the whole day you have only entrepreneurship development. Eh?
Yes.
I thought you have a test in the afternoon.
No. We
Okay, so that
normally
means
have entrepreneurship class on Sunday, and then
okay.
the other two are on Saturday, and the other one is on Thursday. Every Thursday.
Okay, that's fine then. We shall not have the test. We shall have the evaluations. So all you need to do is to prepare the evaluations. They are the ones we shall discuss. And any other activity that I will plan will be handled on that day. Otherwise, I want to wish you a nice Sunday and a nice week.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yes, Doctor. Hello.
Yes, Alfred, do you have a question?
Yeah, we presented last week, and then we are not evaluated. I think we'll be among the team to be evaluated. We are group 1.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All the evaluations will be done next Sunday.
Thank you.
All right.
Doctor,
There was another hand.
my kind request is, Doctor, some of us hadn't yet submitted the work in the links that you gave us. And again, one of the links was reading innovation timelines. We had one reading the group work and another one for the business plan.
Okay, you send me a message on WhatsApp.
Can you
then
please
I can
clarify on that, Doctor?
I said you send me a message on WhatsApp.
Okay, Doctor.
Then I will be able to check out and see how I can help you. You're welcome. Thank you too.